Fresh fragrances are great scent profiles to reach for, whether we're talking about warm spring or warm summer days. They're just very easygoing, carefree type of scents that just get the job done, whether we're talking about wearing them in the office, going about your daily routine, whether you have errands to run, things of that nature, so on and so forth. Maybe even you just want to take your significant other on a nice lunch date, or you just want to wear these fresh fragrances around the house. They get the job done. Now, fresh fragrances oftentimes can be linked to have lackluster or poor performance, right? That's what inspired me to create this video for you today. I have 10 designer fragrances that are fresh. So these are 10 designer fresh fragrances that are very long lasting. And if you care to see what made the list today, stay tuned because it's coming up next. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, if you're new here, my name is Dave. I appreciate you for being here. This channel is all about grooming and fragrance. If you dig the vibe, subscribe, hit the notification bell, turn that thing to all. This way you stay updated each and every time I upload new content to the channel. For those of you that are returning, I appreciate your continued love and support. That means the world to me. Guys, if we can get 50 likes on this video today, I will come back and give you 10 long-lasting, fresh, niche fragrances. So the same concept here, only I'll give you 10 niche fragrances that time. But that's then, this is now. For today, I'm giving you 10 long-lasting designer fragrances. This is not a rank list, but we're getting into it right now. Like I said, guys, not playing any games today. The first fragrance up on this list comes from the house of Giorgio Armani, newest flanker to the long list of flankers. This one is Acqua di Parma. I've been digging this fragrance. Look at the dent that I've put in this bottle so far. What a great fragrance this is. Beautiful citrus top in combination with these mineral notes, the aquatic sea notes that are in this. Just gives me the vibe of being in the ocean for quite some time. I'm getting out of the water and you have that salt water gently resting on your skin. That's the way this fragrance transports me. That's what I've been experiencing here. And it's a combination, like I said, of those mineral notes and the sea notes and the musks that are used in here that kind of present this clean skin vibe in the deep dry down of the fragrance. This stuff is beautiful. I'll admit it's nothing groundbreaking here. I mean, after all, it's a flanker. So, I mean, it really doesn't have to be groundbreaking because, you know, it's a flanker to something else that's already out there. But this, what they've given us to me in simple terms is basically imagine taking Profondo, cleaning it up, making the notes a lot more believable, more natural. That's what they've given us here. And a great fragrance that gives me excellent longevity. If you guys haven't been experiencing good longevity, at least good longevity, I'm talking 6 to 7 hours with this fragrance, you're either not spraying enough or you are spraying enough and going anosmic because this stuff does last through an entire workday. For me, that's what I've been experiencing. That's why I made the list of long-lasting, fresh fragrances from the house of Giorgio Armani, Acqua di Parma. Next up on the list comes from the house of Dolce Gabbana. This one is Light Blue Forever. No, I'm not talking about Italian Love. Probably won't be this year because that fragrance, Italian Love, smells like 90 to 95% to Dolce Gabbana Light Blue Forever. This one is all about this big, bright, energizing burst of grapefruit that you experience in the opening of this fragrance. It's a little bit on the bitter side, so it reminds me of the grapefruit rind. There is a texture quality here with this grapefruit, so you do definitely get this pulpy grapefruit vibe as well. You have a little touch of spice here, but really in the deep dry down, it's all about this dry, woody, vetiver sort of a feel that you get. And it really reminds me, I do get an ocean sort of vibe with this fragrance, an oceanic sort of vibe with this fragrance, I should have said. But what it reminds me of is the salted ocean air. So imagine walking down the boardwalk, oceanside, where you're getting that nice warm, you know, kind of humid breeze, just gently brushing up against your nose. That's exactly the vibe that I get here, and the transportive, you know, factor that this fragrance has. And maybe I'm thinking that because I wore this one on vacation last year when we went to the beach, you know, but love this stuff. I loved it last year. It made my my best of 2021 fragrances list, And yeah, I'm still enjoying it this year, guys. And it's, again, very long lasting, 6 to 7 hours type of stuff. That's what I've been experiencing from the house of Dolce & Gabbana. Light Blue forever. The next fragrance up on this list comes from the house of Davidoff, and this is Cool Water Parfum. This stuff is super long lasting. 8 to 9 hours is what I've been experiencing on this fragrance. To give you a couple notes, I believe it's bergamot. There's pink pepper here. There's Haitian vetiver. So a nice dry woody feel. And this is one of those cases where notes don't really matter. I get loads of ambroxan here. I couldn't find ambroxan as a note. I pick up on it. It has a very ambroxan-like smell. It smells like shower gel. So think Sauvage, which is coming up on this list. Think, Versace Dylan Blue. It doesn't smell one-to-one to those fragrances, but just to put you in the mindset, that's what this is going to remind you of. So still a great smell, very long-lasting. Guys, this is going to pop up at rack stores this year. That's why I bought this, actually. I bought this at Burlington for 20 bucks. For 20 bucks, this is a steal. And I'll tell you why. 7, 8 hours it's going to last on skin. That's what I've been experiencing. If I didn't mention that, I don't have the greatest memory, guys. So maybe mention it, maybe not. This is going to be great for dumb reach, casual. You want to wear it to the gym, you can. Be cautious of the sprays. This stuff is very strong. You are going to go anosmic. It's one of those scent profiles. You're going to go anosmic to it. But trust me, 5, 6, 7 hours later, it's still on your skin. So you've been warned. I warned you. Take it from me. This stuff is long lasting. And if it wasn't, it just wouldn't be on this list today. But a great one from the house of Davidoff, Cool Water Parfum. The next fragrance up on this list, I want to say this is going to be for more seasoned or mature noses, but I could be wrong. There could be an 18 or 20-year-old guy out there rocking this fragrance right here. I'm talking about Tom Ford's Grey Vetiver Eau de Parfum. Fantastic, fresh, citrus fresh opening. It dries down to this beautiful woody vetiver, right? So nothing too earthy, nothing too challenging here when it comes to vetiver fragrance. And what's great about this, 8 to 9 hours. It gets me through a whole workday and then some, while the whole time it has me smelling fresh, clean, and very, very professional. So if you're looking for a fresh, clean, professional style scent that's going to get you that longevity that you're looking for with decent, I would say moderate projection. So it's going to project far enough to get you noticed, but in the end, it's through and through. It's a very long-lasting fragrance. Like I said, it gets me through a workday and then some. So it's got some legs. It's got some staying power. Tom Ford Grey Vetiver Eau de Parfum. And it's a great place to start if you are new to vetiver. The next fragrance up on this list is a Cali classic. I featured this fragrance more than I featured, I think, any other fragrance here on the channel to date. Comes from the house of Versace, and this is Versace Pour Homme. As dumb reach as you could possibly get. Citruses, a little bit of this peppery-like spice. You have woods in here, musk, of course. Very clean, fresh, vibrant, uplifting, easy on the nose, easy to like, easy to wear type of stuff. 6 to 8 hours is what I've always experienced with this fragrance, and I love wearing this in the warmer weather, especially when I'm going into the office, because just like Tom Ford Grey Vetiver, this is going to have you smelling fresh, clean, professional, and like I said, people love the way this stuff smells. Moderate type of projection, so it's another one that's got some legs, it's got some staying power. Be careful of your sprays. This can be a tad bit on the cloying side if you spray too much, but not too cloying as the next fragrance if you overspray. So let's talk about that one now. But this one, Versace Pour Homme. The next fragrance up on this list, I mean, this one is arguably the king of white t-shirt fragrances. If there ever was a category to be created, well, I did a video on it last year and many others. It was a thing. I'm talking about Prada L'Homme. This stuff is just fantastic. I mean, you have lemon or grapefruit or bergamot. You have some, typical generic, you could say designer, citrus note up top. This one is iris through and through. This fresh, clean, powdery iris that's just to die for. It's so good, and it's balanced and blended to perfection against these nice woods that come on later on in the base. The musk help elevate the powdery quality of this fragrance. It's just fresh, powdery, clean linen-like smell in combination, with those woods and with that iris or other white florals. This stuff, it's just freaking incredible. And like I was hinting at, right? you spray too much, you could really choke yourself out and others around you, but more so yourself than other people. Again, you're going to have moderate projection here, but this is another fragrance for a fresh fragrance, and as ultra fresh as this one is, for this one to give me 8 hours, that says a lot. And that's why I had to bring it here to you guys on this list today. And I know when it comes to designer fresh fragrances, this is loved and respected inside and outside of the community. And you know what? Every bit of the praise that this one gets, it's well deserved, because it is just that good, actually that great of a fragrance is Prada L'Homme. So definitely check this one out if you're looking for a long-lasting fresh fragrance. Let me give you another powdery fresh fragrance, only this time, arguably, it's a little bit better. At least in my opinion it is. This is from the house of Dior. This is Dior Homme Intense. Not as powdery and fresh as Prada L'Homme, but still freaking phenomenal. Now, I'm biased because this is one of my favorite designer releases of all time. I love this stuff. In the very near future, I'm going to be buying a 100 milliliter bottle of this stuff because it's one of those fragrances that I don't want to be without. But anyway, I digress. I apologize there. Fresh, powdery, clean type of iris smell. Now, it opens up sort of like the iris that's in Dior Homme Parfum. If you're not familiar with that fragrance, it's more waxy. That's how this opens up. Lipstick, waxy, sort of an iris, but as it transitions, you get closer to the heart of the fragrance, it turns very powdery, creamy. It's so, I don't know, guys. It's a very breathtaking formulation. It really, truly is. It's captivating. It's one of these scent profiles that I just gravitate towards and just fall in love with time and time again. And the bonus here, aside from smelling so great and fantastic, is the fact, well, it's easier for us to find than Dior Homme Parfum here in the States. And for a fresh fragrance, you're going to get about 7-8 hours on this fragrance. At least that's what I've been experiencing on skin, guys. If you want to get your hands on one of the best designer releases ever created, check out Dior Homme Intense. The next fragrance up on this list, another one of my favorite designer releases of all time. I've said that like 3 times already. This is Bleu de Chanel Parfum from the House of Chanel. My favorite concentration out of the 3 that are released right now: lemon zest, mint, lavender, sandalwood, just to name a few notes that you could find in here. Another one, ultra clean, fresh, refreshing, uplifting, vibrant, professional, clean type of scent. That's a lot to take in, right? Bleu de Chanel just does it all. It's dumb reach stuff. It's just great. I just love this fragrance. Now the Parfum, I'll admit, sits closer to the skin, but it lasts a really freaking long time. I get about that 8 to 9 hour mark on this. I spray my clothes to give off, you know, that presence of Bleu de Chanel Parfum a little bit longer. So definitely going to extend the longevity of the fragrance, you know, if you spray your clothes. I love to spray my clothes, and that's what I do with this one here. Like I said, ultra fresh, clean, very professional smelling, and a great one to wear in these warmer, you know, days of spring. Narrowly approaching, hopefully, are the warm summer days where I'll be heavily, you know, reaching for this one. Bleu de Chanel Parfum. It just never gets old for me, and it's very long lasting. The next fragrance up on this list comes from the house of Dior again, and this is Sauvage Parfum. I love this stuff. Still my favorite concentration. Even like this a little bit more than Elixir. It's more versatile than Elixir or Elixir. However you pronounce that is just fine. But here we have bergamot, we have elemi resin, we have olibanum, we have amber. And this stuff just smells great. Even after all these years, you know, my 3rd bottle of this fragrance, this stuff still smells great. It gets the job done, and it just does its job well each and every time. You know, it has me smelling great, whether I'm going in the office, I'm running errands, I'm on a date night with my girlfriend. She still enjoys this one, loves this scent profile. And just like many others on this list today, Dior Sauvage Parfum is tried and true. You know, it's been around for a while now, and it's still great, and people still love this. It's an attention getter. It's an attention getter in the air, and it's just a great one to wear, you know, for spring, for summer. When you get into the really hot days of summer, just be careful with this one because of its, you know, slightly smoky and very woody, you know, kind of character about it. This may not be the greatest choice if you're going to be out and about during the day, you know, out in that intense heat. But if you're going to be in temperature controlled environments, you could definitely pull this one off all year long. Dior Sauvage Parfum. Last but not least, this fragrance comes from the house of Brioni, and this is Brioni Eau de Parfum. Love at first sniff for me. Still love it. The scent profile here is just fantastic. You have crunchy green apple here. You have this nice watery violet leaf. You also have, you know, a little bit of a floral touch coming from that violet leaf. You have ozonic notes here. So a nice ozonic, you know, watery touch with that combination there, that pairing, if you will, with that green apple just makes for a fantastic fragrance. And get this, guys, this is going to be a fresher smelling take on Layton, in my opinion. So if you're looking for something a little bit more affordable, you're looking for something a little bit more wearable, enjoyable all year round, and this is going to be, dare I say, more crowd pleasing than Layton, you definitely want to check out Brioni. The other plus about Brioni, there's so many pluses, right? Great scent profile, kind of reminds me of Layton, and it's very long lasting, guys. 8 hours is what I've been getting out of this fragrance, and I'll tell you right now, you could spray heavy on this one. It projects great for that first, you know, hour or two. The remaining 6 hours, it's going to sit closer to the skin, but it's going to give you a nice sillage, a nice scent bubble in the air. People are definitely going to be approaching you and asking you what you are wearing because this one is ultra fresh, okay? It's mass appealing, but it's done in such a different way. For a designer, these are unique notes that we don't commonly find associated with one another, you know? So again, if you're looking for something that's going to be a Layton take, and I don't think they were trying to clone this because it's not one-to-one with Layton, but if you're looking for a similar scent profile to Layton, you know, like I said, a fresher take, they definitely go in two different directions, but Brioni reminds me of that fragrance, and to have you guys put in the right frame of mind, I had to bring it up. Brioni Eau de Parfum is simply fantastic, a great professional, fresh fragrance. All right, guys, that's my list of 10 long-lasting, fresh designer fragrances. I hope that you guys enjoyed the today's video. I'll find out. We'll see how many likes this video can get. Like I said, if we hit 50 likes, I'll come back here and I'll do a niche version of this list that I brought you today. Until next time, guys, love each other, take care of each other, and respect everyone. Thanks again. I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. I love you guys. I'll see you very soon. Peace.